in Alberta, specifically Calgary area, and you live downtown in a high-rise apartment, what the fuck do you do for work? Like, I need to know because I just went apartment shopping or like renting, whatever, with my friend the other day, and the prices are absolutely insane. And I just don't understand what job people are doing as Canadians. Like, I'm 25. What job would a 25-year-old have to be living in these apartments? Because it's just insane to me. Like, $1,800 for a studio apartment downtown, minus $200 parking, minus utilities. Like, what the fuck? How are you guys living? How are you guys living? Please tell me.
Today is Friday, and the rent is due. The rent is due. I'm feeling some kind of way, right? I don't really have much money after I pay rent. I might have like $300, and that'll probably go to my gas to get back and forth to work throughout the whole week until I get paid again. But I'm literally working just to pay rent for us to have a place to sleep. I don't know. I feel so sad, right? All my situations, but I did get something in the mail from the police station about my son and the situation with the vapes, right? So I'm hoping when I go to court, I have court cases that I have to fight too. So when I go to court, I'm hoping that all this evidence can help me in court. But I gotta go to work today, and I'm feeling some type of way. And because yesterday I had to leave work early because I had to pick up my daughter because she was having cramps and she was in the bathroom throwing up. So, you know, the school nurse is like, come get your daughter. So I had to stop working and drive an hour to go pick her up, and just not having anybody that I could depend on to help me, no family, just nobody. She was saying to me, she said, do you have anybody that you could call? And I told her, no, there's nobody to call. I'm literally by myself.
I just got denied an apartment rental application because my rent to income ratio was too low. But how does that make sense when every job in this town pays around what I make and every apartment is around as expensive as that one? Like, what's a guy supposed to do? Am I fucked? Am I actually soft locked? I can't make more money. There are no cheaper apartments. That is the ratio. The ratio is set. If that's a deal breaker, I'm gonna be living in my car indefinitely. Like, so that's been my day.
I just got told that my rent is going up by $100 a week. And I live alone, and it already went up by $50 with what feels like it was 6 months ago, but I checked, it wasn't. It was 12 months ago. And I basically have 2 weeks to figure out what I'm doing. And I just don't even know what to do. Like, obviously, everyone is going through this rental crisis at the moment, but I don't understand. I swear, only a few months ago, they were complaining about how there's too many apartments in Brisbane. But yet, why is there not one single fucking apartment for someone who just wants to live on their own and have a car park? Why is that so impossible? And like, I checked the average salary for Brisbane, and my salary is a little bit higher than that. And even I can't find somewhere that's going to be even slightly livable after paying tax and HECS. Anyway, just wanted to see how we're all doing, if anyone else is in the same boat, because I'm so angry. I've lived here for 2 years in the same apartment, and I love living here, and the thought of leaving is really depressing. So, cool.
Okay, do you want to hear the stupidest thing ever? So my fiance and I are moving back in with each other in June, and he got a full-time job with a good salary, and then I have a salary now because I work full-time, and we're moving back in with each other in June, and we're looking for a one-bedroom apartment in Boston, but we're also planning a wedding, and so we have no savings, like $0 in savings, and so we're trying to figure out like what's the best apartment we can get with like basically no deposit. Well, the problem is in Boston, they have something called a broker's fee. And so the broker's fee is normally like the fee that you pay the realtor that's basically equal to like maybe your first month's rent, right? So in Boston, you would pay so let's say it's like $2,000 for a 1-bedroom apartment, which is actually really cheap. In Boston, you probably wouldn't be able to find one here for like at least 24, but let's go for $2,000 on the low end. So some apartments will ask you for the broker's fee, the first, last, and security. So that's $8,000 right up front for your first month. Well, we have no money, so we can't put $8,000 up like right then, right there to do that. So our other option is to look at like the quote unquote luxury buildings, which is privilege in and of itself. I get that. And so I looked at that, and a 1-bedroom apartment is, I think it's like $3,500 for like a smaller one-bedroom. And there's a $500 deposit, but at the same time, it's $3,500 a month. But we can't afford to put down the $8,000 a month so we can sign a luxury building, which is great. And I feel, that we could do that, but it strains our income excessively because we can't put down the broker's fee. We can put down a $500 deposit and we could afford to live in an apartment, but afford's kind of a stretch because all of our bills and money would go to rent, which would be more than 30% of our income, which I don't even know who created that, because clearly I've never met anybody that spends just 30% of their rent. Like mine right now for this shithole box that I live in is, I'm pretty sure like 70%. Honest to God, 70% of my salary. So now we're in this position where we can't find a place to live that's like but like we can't give you like first and last and security because we don't fucking have it. Like we literally do not have the money to do it. But if we go into a luxury building, then we're going to be overpaying by $2,000 every freaking month. I literally don't want to live anymore. Oh my God.
Our landlord wants us to move because he found somebody that's willing to pay $3,000 a month in rent. When we first moved here, our rent was $1,900, and there has been no updates to this house since we moved here. No new refrigerator, no new stove, nothing new to this house, but he can command $3,000 because of how the market is now. And so we're forced to move because he wants to get that for rent. Yes, and now we're trying to get into a market where all the rents have exploded, and it's because of what? Yeah, that's how my morning's going.
I would like for you to tell me how much you think my rent is, or how much you think it should be based off of the apartment tour I'm about to give you. And then at the end, I'm going to tell you how much I actually pay, and you're probably going to be shocked. So we're going to start here at the front door. I do live in an apartment complex, and we are on the 2nd floor. So this is the front door. You come in. To the right, there is a hall closet that I just use for the trash can and obviously the cat food, because now they're going crazy since I opened the door. So just a little storage closet. Keep going around, and we've got the kitchen. No new appliances. They're all old appliances. No new countertops. It's like the really crappy laminate countertops. The dishwasher barely works. Don't be fooled by the nice fancy faucet. I installed that myself. It's mine. I also took the cabinet doors off of these 2 cabinets to give myself some open shelving, and it's really cute. And also don't mind the dirty apartment because I did not clean up for this. Attached to the kitchen, we have the living room. It's all an open concept. There's nothing separated, no dining room or nothing. So I have the living room here. This is my ceiling fan. I installed this myself. There was not one here. There was a plug in the ceiling for electrical, so I knew I could put one there. So I didn't install electrical myself, don't worry. But this is my ceiling fan. It did not come with the apartment. Another view of the living room from the other side. The carpet is not new at all. It was not replaced before we moved in. It's not like dirty or gross or smelly or anything, thankfully, but it was not new when we moved in. That's also my light fixture. I did that one also myself. We do have a decent sized balcony, which I love. All of our other balconies have been really small, so I love the size of this one, and the cats love going outside. So past the living room, we have the hallway. 2 doors here. This one is the laundry room. It did come with a washer and dryer, which was great. It is an old washer and dryer, nothing new or updated again, but I actually prefer older washing machines than newer ones. It has an agitator, which I love. I just love an old washing machine. I feel like my clothes actually get clean. Potato, get out. In the second closet over here is just another storage closet. I installed another shelf here again. I just keep like the vacuum and steamer and all that kind of good stuff in here. To the right of that, we have the bathroom. This is just a 1-bedroom apartment, so there's just 1 bathroom. So you walk in, you can't open the door all the way because my litter box is on the other side there. But you come in, toilet. The bathtub is actually a really nice size. I love it. Do not look at that hair on the wall. That's gross. Vanity here, a nice sized vanity, but only 1 sink. A medicine cabinet, all of my decor, obviously. But again, nothing in this apartment is updated at all. It's still all the old flooring, all old appliances, all old everything, okay? And then on the other side of the hallway is the bedroom. Just a very basic bedroom, a double window, which is like wobbly, question mark. I don't think it's supposed to be a little bit wobbly like that. That's concerning. But bedroom, again, if you take out all of my lovely decor, you will realize it's such a basic apartment, basic bedroom. But it's a decent size, but also not that big. We do have to have our desk and everything in here, so there's not a lot of space, and we only have a queen size bed. I can't even open my closet door all the way because of the nightstand, and it's a normal size nightstand. My messy bookshelves, and then the closet. It is a walk-in closet. It is the biggest closet we've had. So when you walk in, I have enough room to have the dresser in here, so that saves space in the bedroom. We have hanging here and here. It's hard to tell from here how big the closet is, but it is a decent size. It's the largest one that we've had, like I said, so it is nice. And that's it. That's our whole entire apartment. Now I want you to guess how much our rent is. We are in Connecticut, if that helps. So put your guesses down below, and in a sec I will tell you what we actually pay. So for our rent with fees and everything, because there's always your base rent and then they always add on your fees like amenity fees, trash fees. So rent with all of our fees and everything, $2,000 a month for a 750 square foot apartment. A 1-bedroom apartment. How are people ever able to afford to buy a house and like move up in the world? I have absolutely no idea, because I definitely thought when we moved into our first apartment when I was like 22, 23, and it was a 1-bedroom apartment, 750 square feet, surely by the time I'm 28 we would have at least a bigger apartment. But no, because the prices have gone up so much, we are still in the same size, same quality apartment that we were when we were 22, 23. It blows my mind. Rent prices are crazy.
Y'all, the rental crisis in the United States is insane. These rental prices are outrageous. The quality of these homes are despicable, and these landlords are outrageous. At this point, it has to be affecting the homeless populations. Like, there has to be people out there who are homeless just because of the rental crisis. I live in a smaller Midwestern area with no big cities, no nothing. Our income and cost of living here is lower than it is in other regions in the United States. The average is about $31,000, $32,000 a year, which means you should only be spending between $700 and $800 a month on your rent, which is even pushing it since all the prices of everything else have gone up, gas and food and utilities, everything. A couple years ago, the average rental around here was about $750 to about $800, which would be in line with the income rates that are in my location. These same houses are going for like $1,200 now. If you want something that doesn't have mold growing out of the ceiling and right next to a substance lab, you're going to be paying into the thousands. And that's just for like a 2-bedroom, like 900 square foot house with a garden for a backyard. Now, if you want something that has like 3 bedrooms and has a backyard or something, you're going to be paying like $1,800 to $2,200 a month in a place where the average income is $31,000 and most of us rent. Then you go even further than that, and 90% of these places say no pets. When like what, 2/3 of us, like look at this right here, 2/3 of us have pets. So your choice is the place next to the substance lab or paying $2,000 to finally find a place that is even moderately safe and allows you to bring your 10-pound cat. And you're still going to end up with a landlord. Like, I just saw one where they said if they come in and they do inspections, and if they see anything that they can attribute to the damage from an animal, which you have to pay a huge fee for in the first place, they will immediately evict you. And you have to sign to that. As if they can even prove it. This shit's insane. These landlords are tyrants. They are tyrants. If you're going to take on the responsibility of being a landlord, you should not be misusing and mistreating people. The US has turned to freaking garbage.